The last few years we've curated one of the events within Marmalade ourselves, and we looked at art and money for a couple of years, and last year we looked at art and power. And this year we've decided to title the day Art and Relationships, and we've been asking people to tell stories to us about what this place means to them.
We've been working with AOFS to help them understand what changes happen here for the people who participate. They really want to know what kind of impact being part of this place has for people.
To me, it feels like it's given me a different kind of place in Oxford. I feel at home in Oxford now.
We decided together that an adapted version of the most significant change methodology would really fit the bill. It's about participants in a program collecting stories about change from other participants. It's really good for identifying and describing change that is kind of intangible, changes that are unexpected or emergent from the work itself.
It's always such an intense way of working, and the experiences that you have with people, they're quite profound.
We get very used to retelling stories, retelling experiences, but there's so much meaning and power if you go back to the people that you've been working with, you go back to the people who are having those immediate experiences.
This is an arts centre, but we also share the building with the homelessness charity Crisis. This gives us an opportunity to think about how people facing tough times may be actively involved in a public space. It also helps us think about labels.
Wherever people are coming from, whatever the reason for being here might be, what ends up being the big thing for them is the quality of the relationships that exist within the building.
I started off as a Crisis member. They got together with the arts, and I started off doing a 13-week theatre course, I would describe it as, really. And from then I started doing ushering. I continue to do ushering, watch an amazing amount of shows. On a personal level, I have formed some really good relationships on a business level, on a personal level. Certainly being involved in Hidden Spires and acting.
I work at Oxford City Council. I've been working in the field of homelessness for the last 10 years at the city. So we gave ourselves a goal, and instead of the usual outcomes that we would be sort of working to, we said, let's get to know our colleagues that work on those front lines. Let's walk in their shoes with them. So we've sort of tried to build trust with colleagues in other systems.
Today's event's been really relevant to some of the work that the Gulbenkian Foundation's looking at the moment, which is an inquiry into the civic role of arts organisations. The inquiry is very much picked up on not just the individual relationships, but also the collective and the power of the collective working together, so how communities can work collectively for social change as well. The arts can provide spaces that are in some ways freer to have very difficult conversations, to enable debates.
The conversation between the audience and the panel started moving towards the relationship that organisations have with funders and the power dynamics involved in that relationship.
It will always tend towards the funders being indulgent in conversation, and that needs not to happen. Funders need to encourage that challenge, and I think that organisations need to be ready to challenge funders as well.
How do you measure that? How do you measure success? How do you do the qualitative measuring as well?
Is it possible to quantify it?
Relationships are complex. It's not something that is binary. It's not black and white. It's something where by embracing different people's opinions, diverse opinions, we learn and we grow from that.
If you want to communicate better, build better relationships, sit in a room with people who can't communicate. You'll learn so much.
I'm just really grateful that these spaces are created, and it's this quite very unusual, unprecedented, unique relationship between Crisis and the Arts Centre.
Fundamentally, it's about how we behave. How are we with each other? Do we look after ourselves and look after each other within our organisations, between our organisations, and with the people we're working with or serving?